champions! Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete! The greatest story in club history has an ending! And what a final chapter!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Typical City, another Typical City watch along, and it's simple, very simple. Win our next 3 games and we are Premier League champions. Again, 4 in a row, it could be. Come on, we've got to do it. We have to absolutely do this because it's never been done. It's never been done, and the likeliness of it ever being done ever again is pretty slim. Pretty slim. I don't think we've ever seen ever a side, I know that we've never seen a football side dominate quite like Manchester City have, and if we can do this, the devastation amongst pretty much most fans except Spurs and Manchester City fans, no doubt, I'll lap it up, mate. I will be lapping it up, and we as City fans will no doubt be absolutely going bananas, mate, going bananas, but it starts here against Fulham. A game that yesterday I was much more confident than I am today, and there is no logical reason for that. No science backing me up, no intelligence, there's no understanding of why my brain is doing these things. I am much more nervous today than I was yesterday. I did my preview yesterday and I was like, yeah, we're doing this. We're doing it. We're doing it. Just as you get closer, you start those little doubts creep into your head like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? But I always hang my hat on the idea that this Manchester City side have just consistently proved that they know what they're doing. But to counter that, law of averages and all that, we're due something going wrong in a title race. At this stage, the business end of the season, as it's so commonly known as. That always factors into my mind, law of averages. But in truth, the way we've been playing lately, the goals that we've been scoring, not the quality, there've been some quality goals in there, but the number of goals as well. The fact that it's like, we're at the stage of the season now where it's like, it doesn't matter, just win the game. But we're winning it in style now, in particular, Brighton away and Wolves at home in particular was just like, wow. Some of the football that we played to score as many goals as we did against teams that are genuinely like a banana skin, genuinely can cause problems to anyone in a title race. And I put Fulham in that bracket as well. Now, I think of Craven Cottage, having been there myself, those wooden seats that used to be there in the away end. It was an old, rickety ground. For anyone who doesn't know, the reason why it's called Craven Cottage, because it's literally got a cottage built onto the side of it. But the atmosphere's dead. I've always thought it's one of the poorest atmospheres in the Premier League. It's very posh in Fulham. It's, oh, hello! Hello, everybody! Let's entertain me with some football. Yes. So that's the atmosphere at Fulham. I'm pretty sure that was an exact replica of everybody's accent in Fulham. That wasn't an exaggeration by any stretch of the imagination. It's exactly like that. Whereas the Manx rock up like, come on, City. But yeah, I'm hoping for a dominant performance as well as a win, most importantly. But you know, the team news is interesting, and I'll get onto that in a second. But let's speak to you guys first of all. How is everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Drop a like and subscribe if you're new. If you're interested in becoming a Typical City member, the link is in the description. Help support me and all that. Mahmood, you were in nice and early as always, mate. You're always in here first. I appreciate your support, mate. Top man. Dudley as well. Pauline apologising. Well, you're not apologising, but you're saying won't be here for a good bit. Don't need to explain yourself, Pauline. No problem at all. Do what you got to do. And Daniel, last year it was 2-1 and it was quite stressful. It was. I remember the Alvarez goal. What a goal that was. In the red and black striped shirt that was. He absolutely belted that in the top corner. Alvarez. We may see that today, but it'll have to be a substitute appearance because he's on the bench. But you follow it up with last year we played with 3 days rest, and this time we've got a full week's rest. Hopefully that makes the difference. It's hard to say, mate, in these situations, because I'd argue that some of these City players prefer having a game every 3 days. Some, maybe not all, but some of them do. The momentum, it feels like you've never left the football pitch if you feel like you're always on it. You know, you can gather some serious momentum and play some of your best football by playing so frequently. When you have that time, it's an easy one to say it like that, but I mean, you can have a large rest and it's like, oh, I'm fully recharged. But are you recharged in here? Your batteries can go flat in your brain. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? You can lose that edge, that match fitness up here. You know, you've got your body fit, your lungs are ready to pump that blood around your body. Well, your heart does that, your lungs don't do that. This is a biology lesson given to you by Jonny, and it's a poor one. It's a poor one. Your lungs do not pump your blood around your body. Your heart does that. So hopefully we can see some match fitness from these lads that have obviously had a week's rest. But they're lining up. Erling Haaland taking a big deep breath there in the tunnels. They're in the tunnels waiting to come out. Cuggan as well. Fuck Madrid, he says. I'm with you there, mate. I was a little bit gutted to see them get through against Bayern. I must admit, I wanted Bayern to go through, just for some vicarious revenge. Do you know what I mean? Just to like live through the have that Real Madrid for that's for knocking us out, but they're probably going to go and win it now. But we can say we got knocked out by the winners. Most likely Real Madrid are going to go and win it. So it's just frustrating, isn't it, mate? Frustrating. James, good to see you, mate. Watching from the States. That's a point. I saw someone yesterday say they're watching from Australia, which therefore means 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that right? Around that sort of time? Which, if you're watching, let us know in the chat what time you're watching it and where you're watching it from. Because some of you guys watching, getting up at the crack of dawn, I say crack of dawn, it's earlier than the crack of dawn. 3 o'clock in the bloody morning, mate. That's some serious dedication. So big up to James for tuning in. Kevin as well. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see you, Kevin, mate. Ben, Legor, James, Pearl. Not nervous today at all, Pearl. Chilling. I'm kind of gone the other way today. Big M's gone 3-1. 4P is loading. Ade, Jaden, Leon, Isa. Good to see you, Isa, mate. Who else we got? Topaz and Quasbit. Pauline's jumped in. Ryan as well. Ruben, Abhishek, Niall, sports enthusiast. Good to see you guys. Church of the Poison Mind squeaking in as well. Watching from Manchester, mate. Oh, you're watching from Manchester. Yeah. Like, I know. What time is it where you are, mate? What time is it where you are? North Carolina, Jeremy. No way. Steve as well. Good to see you. Teams are coming out. Here we go. Lads and lasses, here we go. Team news. Bernd Leno in goal for Fulham. Castagna, Issa Diop, Calvin Bassey and Anthony Robinson are the back four. Paulinho, and I'm imagining Iwobi is playing central midfield, possibly alongside him. He's been there before. He's done that role. That's not unfamiliar territory to him, but it's a very attacking approach from Silva, that, to be honest, because he's got, 5 attacking-minded players on the pitch here, with Iwobi, Bobby Cordova-Reid, I imagine, on the right, Willian on the left, Ander Pereira as a number 10, and Rodrigo Muniz up front. With Iwobi being in midfield, that's 5 attack-minded players, so Fulham might be going for this, which could be fantastic news, but I imagine Iwobi's going to sit and carry the ball when needed. And Paulinho as well. Let's have a if you're tuning in as a neutral, at least you probably, if you're City, you're emotionally invested in this game. So I doubt you've got time to be scouting Fulham players, but if you do, watch Paulinho, mate. If you want to learn how to play in defensive midfield, there's 2 world-class players, in my opinion, to give you a lesson. The first one is, of course, Rodri, who's on the pitch. But Paulinho, mate, he's a quality player. I love his tackling ability as well. He's fantastic. Anyway, City. Ederson keeps his spot, which is interesting. He's got a lot of faith in him. Obviously, the build-up play comes into it. What City are doing with this defence? I'm unsure. Now, Akanji could be playing right back and inverting. That would be my guess. But I've put on the graphic, never. Every time I want to speak about the graphic, it's never the graphic I want it to be. Fuck off. That one. There we go. Manchester City. Did you think I'd frozen then? Akanji at right back, Diaz and Ake in the middle with Gvardiol at left back, and Rodri as a defensive midfielder. Is he going to be isolated? Is Akanji going to push into midfield? I'd imagine so. But on paper, I've put him on right back, which I don't normally do, but I was thinking what they're going to do with that back four there. This is the only one that makes sense to me, is Akanji at right back. So Walker, who is on the bench, by the way, and there's no Jack Grealish in the squad at all right now. Apparently he's not fit, which is an odd. That's the description was he's not fit, which is odd to me. But he's been linked with Chelsea as well, which you're wondering what's going on there. I'm trying to not stir the pot a little bit, but you're wondering if something's gone on there. In front of Rodri, Bernardo Silva on the right, Kovacic in the middle with De Bruyne and Foden on the left, and Haaland up front. William with the super chat. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that, William. Hate early kickoffs. They make me nervous. Well, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're extra nervous, aren't you? Because apparently their record in lunchtime fixtures is pretty poor. But I don't know what City's fixtures are like, in truth, against, when we play at lunchtime. I feel like we do all right, you know? We do all right. Let's do it today. City wearing the home blue kit today. And this is worrying me as well. It's too bloody hot for a hoodie. Normally it's Oil Club hoodie. You know that. That's become a bit of a thing on this channel now, hasn't it? And we've never lost a game when I've worn it. We've never lost a game. We've drawn one while wearing it. That was it. Today, it's too hot. I can't wear it today. If you're a believer in superstition, if we go 1-0 down, I'm not going to do it at 1 because I will be sweating buckets if I go and put a hoodie on because it is hot. This room is like the worst room. There's a big glass sliding door behind where you're looking from. Huge big glass sliding door. Curtains are drawn, which is why it's not like blinding me. But it acts like a greenhouse, mate. When the sun hits it, it's just like sweltering in here. So I've got a fan on. I'm already sweating now, actually. But anyway, yeah, Ryan, don't jinx it. Yeah, try my best, mate. I'm terrible at jinxing stuff. Good to see you, Clara, as well. Do I get a T-shirt, the kit, every year? Not every year. As I've grown older, I've not seen the value in them, to be honest. As I've gotten older, because it's like, I wear them occasionally. When I was going to the games and stuff at Main Road, well, yeah, Main Road and the Etihad, I'd pop a kit on underneath something, and on match days I tend to wear it. But they cost so much money now. You're looking at 70, 80 quid. If you want a name on the back, at least 70, 80 quid for a shirt. And they're not even the replica ones. The ones that have all this sweat-breathing technology that's built into the kits that the players get to wear, they're like 120 quid. So it's a joke, the prices are. They are an absolute joke. There are some football clubs out there that have vowed to keep the same kit for 2 years as a sort of token gesture to their fans, to not expect them to pay every year for a new kit, because there are kids out there that ask for it every year. I was one of them. My parents had to fork out every year for home and away, and now there's a third kit. I mean, you're spending 300 and 400 quid a year on kits if your child is demanding a full kit. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable. But no, I don't. In answer to you, I buy the ones I feel like buying. Do you know what I mean? Where's that clock? Game is about to get underway. Fulham get us underway, and it's Iwobi who is taking the kickoff, which makes me wonder what position he's playing in. And we're off. Come on, City. Oh, I fucking have it. Oh, long ball up from Burned. And Diaz has got something to deal with here, but foul's been given already. Anthony Taylor is the referee today. Someone who I'm not convinced with as a referee. He seems to be getting worse and worse. And I'm not really one to get too invested in what referees do and their history of making mistakes, and do they hate this club, do they like this club. I'm not really invested in any of that. But Anthony Taylor's definitely, I've noticed, his quality, his decision making isn't the best at the minute, and is very much depends on VAR. He just stays out of it and just lets VAR deal with it. Bernardo Silva bringing the ball forward here. Just having a look at what, it's Akanji's pushing into midfield. So it's Ruben Diaz at the back with Nathan Ake. Gvardiol offering some width down this left-hand side. Like I said in the preview, Foden's tucking inside, inverting, getting out of the way, allowing Gvardiol to come down that left-hand side. So, Akanji in midfield, which is... Pep's starting to... He's like, we call it the John Stones role, don't we? But is it now the Manuel Akanji role? Because we got to know it as we won the treble with it, with John Stones doing long ball over the top here. Ander Pereira's got something to chase here. Coming down the left-hand side, City got some defending to do. Get it clear. Oh, deflected corner ball. Fulham, early scare for City there, because there was a Massive gaping hole down the outside of our defence. And I mean, how many times has that happened this season? How many times have we seen that this season? Just coming down the flanks. We saw it against Forest away, and we got away with that in that first half. We got away with it. The amount of chances that were coming from their wing-backs, you know, it was a little bit concerning, and it's been that way all season, in truth. So we've got some defending to do here. Corner ball, about to come in. Near post, headed away by Rodri. Not completely though, Iwobi. Sprays it back out. Pereira whips one back in, and it's Haaland away this time. De Bruyne is trying to close it down. Sloppy touch. Can De Bruyne get on that? No. Ooh. Good to see you, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. No need to apologise for being late, mate. Joy boy, it's a hoodie, mate. I can't wear a hoodie in this heat. It's too hot. It's not even that hot, to be honest. But Fulham again, near post, and it's Diaz away. We've got some defending to do. He's given a goal kick. Take that. Right, there we go. 2 minutes in, and it's been all Fulham so far. And that's what I was saying all in my preview. The left back for Fulham, Anthony Robinson, is going to be up and down that flank all game. All game, and he's already shown what he's all about there, getting to the byline and whipping one in. And it came off Diaz, to be honest. It should have been a corner, but it's been given as a goal kick. But yeah, drop a like on the stream if you've just joined. Nearly 200 watching, 55 likes. If you could help get those likes up to 100 before half time, that would be amazing if we could. Come on, Blues. We need to see Erling Haaland, don't we? We need to see the big man doing his thing, getting up front. What's going on here? Something's going on here. Anthony Taylor called over. He's called over Cordova. That's what he's done. Bobby Cordova-Reid has been called over by the referee. 23 today, so might as well be a heat wave. You're absolutely bloody right, Ryan. You can't win with me. I'll whinge no matter what the weather. I love. It's a British trait, isn't it? Whinging about the weather, no matter what it is. If it's raining, oh, it's fucking always raining. Oh, it's hot. It's too hot today. Do you know what I mean? And 23 is like as perfect as you can get for not being too hot, but not being too comfortable. But I'm too hot. You can't win with me. You just can't win. I know there are some people here like, mate, it's like 40 wherever you are in the world. I'm sure there are some people sweltering that are very much used to it as well. But we, us Brits, we cannot handle the heat. Unless we go abroad. And then we're just like, oh yeah, give us a bit of sun. No problem. All going round with like piece of paper t-shirts, like sunburnt forearms and just white bodies. And like, oh, don't you love the Brits? Not really. Kovacic. Fulham knocking it about. There's nothing so far to speak of from City's point of view. It's all been. I wouldn't say it's been all Fulham. Like they're not threatening too much, but we've barely strung 3 passes together yet. We're 5 minutes into the game. Bassi dinking one into space for Willian. Akanji has to step forward. I'm a bit concerned about this start, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is there's a lot of space appearing for Fulham, and they are knocking it about confidently. Really, and Bernardo Silva stepped in. That's a free kick all day long, referee. A yellow card as well, to be honest, mate. He won the tackle. Bernardo Silva intercepted it, and then he's off. He's on his bike down that right wing, and Andres Pereira just grabs him. And this is Anthony Taylor. He's a shithouse. He's an absolute shithouse. It don't matter what time of the game it is. Oh, it's too early. Too early to give a yellow card. Bollocks, mate. Get him in the book. He won't do it again. Thailand, 37. Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? If I was there, though, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. No problem. It's just the English houses, mate. Like, they're built to retain heat. You go abroad and everything's like made of stone and like maybe like marble and things like that. It's not as hot. Haaland now, big pocket of space. Very slowly City playing here. And then that's a Fulham throw-in as well. That's come off Foden. And he tried to con the referee by picking it up as if it was his throw-in then as well. But we all saw Philip. Nice try, though, mate. The more concerned you get, Johnny, the better we get. Something good is about to happen, mate. I hope you're absolutely right. It doesn't really work the other way, though, because when I'm confident, we don't really go shit, do we? Or do we? We'll find out, because I was confident yesterday. But, yeah, nothing from City so far. I mean, we're talking about 7 minutes of football, pretty much, so harsh to criticise the team so early, but got the ball now. Ruben Diaz slowing the game down a little bit. Got to shake them nerves off. We saw it against Wolves. You know, that early goal worked wonders. Lovely turn by Gvardiol coming down that left side. And he's had the ball nicked off him there by Castagna. But Gvardiol's getting stuck in and he's knocked it out for a Fulham throw deep in their own half. Gvardiol's growing, isn't he? I mean, not literally. I imagine he's finished puberty. But he's, especially with a beard like that, mate, you better have finished puberty with a beard like that because Cousin It is coming to town if you've got some more growing to do in that regard. But in terms of football, growing, mate. He's really starting to shine in a City shirt, isn't he? Rodri, Kovacic, playing a little bit more advanced. De Bruyne now. It's really slow, and he's giving it away, De Bruyne. It's really slow. It's pedestrian. Rodri stepping forward. Willian nearly got caught on the ball there, and Bassi gets it out to Castagna. Foden now. Ake closing down, gets the block in. Kovacic underneath it, but he doesn't get in, stuck in. Get up there. Ruben Diaz giving it away. He did well to win the ball in the first place. Ruben Diaz, get back centre-back, mate. You can see he was pointing at Nathan Ake to do it, but that was his job. Fulham have a swimming pool on the roof. Be nice watch from there today, yeah. Do they have a swimming pool on the roof? Where? It's bloody cottage. Just get some shots in, too much. Looking for the perfect chance, says Big M. I mean, we've not even tried to string many passes together, really. Big M. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to see... There you go. That's a nice pass from De Bruyne. He had a stinker against Wolves, Kevin De Bruyne. And he's kind of carrying on that vein of form so far. Let's not get on his back just yet, because... you know what he's capable of. That's the thing with Kevin De Bruyne. Similar to... The thing with Kevin De Bruyne is he doesn't get the criticism that Haaland gets. But I feel like Kevin De Bruyne is in that same bracket of players that can be quite anonymous for periods of the game. Do the simple things not that well. But when it comes to like the sublime and the unstoppable, then Kevin De Bruyne is your man, as is Erling Haaland. You know, they're those sort of players. But Kevin De Bruyne doesn't get the criticism that Erling Haaland gets. Because if Erling Haaland has a bad game or two, then people call for his head. Whereas if Kevin De Bruyne has a bad game, you can't. It's like, ooh, zip it. Don't you dare say a bad word about Kevin De Bruyne. It's like, nah, mate, he's in the same boat. He's allowed to be criticised, but you know what he can do. You know, I'm not calling for his head. I'm just saying, not been playing well lately. Last game against Wolves in particular. Hopefully he can crop up with something special in this game. Kovacic now, Rodri. If you look at just look at the image, just take a step back and look at the image of the pitch. Look at the movement from City. It's slow. There's walking. Too much. There you go, Phil, making a run. Finally. Kovacic. It's very narrow. Akanji now playing on right wing. And Bernardo Silva's tucked inside. Kovacic now. I don't think Fulham will worry about Akanji being out there, mate. They'll leave him there all day long. If he's going to have that space, though, you might as well use it. Kovacic knocking it about well in midfield with Rodri there. Lovely one-touch football here between Ake, Rodri and Kovacic. De Bruyne around the corner. He's giving it away. Haaland trying to win it back, though. Muniz wins his header against Ruben Diaz there. But City got the ball. Rodri now. Looking for options. De Bruyne's just fucking walking, mate. And it's like... It's not... He's got... There you go, into a pocket of space. He's always looking for the space, isn't he? But sometimes you have to make the space, De Bruyne. You got to run. Sometimes drag players around. Messi, in his age, you know, when Messi got to about 30, maybe a bit younger, he would just walk around the pitch, wouldn't he? He'd just walk around, but he'd be scanning. Do you know what I mean? He'd look around. He'd just be looking for the weakness, probing for that weakness. And you could maybe say the same about Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Gvardiol and here's De Bruyne looking for the 1-2. Great 1-2. It's Josko Gvardiol. And Josko Gvardiol has made it 1-0. Josko! 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne assist. Well done, Kevin De Bruyne. Get in the back of the net, City. There we go. There we go. That's massive. That is massive. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. As I was saying it, the man has just popped up with a lovely little 1-2. It's all Josko Gvardiol, this goal, though. The ball from De Bruyne is great, but, I mean, Josko made everything work for him there. How many times is this guy going to score in this final stage of the season? What a touch with his right foot. Hey, that's absolutely sensational, mate. Absolutely sick, that is. That is sick. Oh, I love it, mate. Absolutely buzzing. What a finish. Kevin De Bruyne is waiting in the middle of the pitch. Gvardiol receives it on the left side of the pitch. He plays it inside to Kevin De Bruyne. He doesn't sit there. He doesn't stand there and admire his pass. He chases his own pass and says, give it me back, Kevin. I'm doing this. I'm putting it in the back of the net, mate. Give it me back. He gets into that inside channel between centre-back and left-back. De Bruyne's ball was great. A left-footed cushioned pass into the path of Gvardiol. Gvardiol brings it down with his outside of his right foot. Takes it past the defender with that touch that's perfect. Perfect touch. He gets into the middle of the penalty area and then he just passes it with his right foot, his weaker foot, into that bottom left-hand corner if you're shooting. Jeff with the super chat. I just turned on the stream and we score. Buzzing, Jeff. 5 months means we're winning 5-0. 5 months member, mate. You're an absolute legend, Jeff. And there you go, mate. You're the good luck charm. You can forget the Oil Club hoodie, mate. You tune in and we score. There you go, mate. There's the City fans. There's Noel Gallagher. He speaks incredibly well, Noel Gallagher. He's very... I think he could actually make it. I mean, some people will think, you fucking idiot. I think City fans will agree with me. Because he's obviously incredibly biased, but... Noel Gallagher could make it as a pundit, in my opinion. He knows what he's talking about. He can stand his ground and stuff. He's got an argumentative way about him, and he's got an answer for everything. I love that. I love that about him. I love his mank ways. I love Noel Gallagher. I think he speaks really well about City. Imagine Noel Gallagher making a City channel. Long ball over the top here. Haaland's chasing that. Bassey's put him under pressure. And that's unbelievable what's gone on there. Somehow, De Bruyne has won that, though. He was about to go out for a goal kick, but De Bruyne's won it. He's whipped it in, back post, cushioned, and it's Haaland volley over the bar with his right foot. Haaland's pressure on Bassey. Bassey, the big bastard. Oh, he's a big bastard, isn't he, that Bassey? He is big. He's very big. It just rolls off the tongue, Bassey the bastard. It reminds me of Mike Bassett. Who's watched Mike Bassett, England manager? If you haven't watched Mike Bassett, England manager, especially if you're like from anywhere else in the UK, I imagine people in the UK know what I'm talking about, but there's this probably quite underground film, Ricky Tomlinson, so funny. The halftime speech as well, like, Bassett's a bastard. Oh, it's so good. Watch it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Anyway, could have been 2-0 that, easily. Adam Lee, trophy is ours. Hang on a minute, you've spoke too soon because here come Fulham. William bringing it down. Nathan Ake gets a foot in. It's going to go out for a throw-in. And Ake's gone down. He's holding his leg. He's held his hand up. And that's it. It looks like his game's finished. The way the City players have surrounded him. The way Nathan Ake did that. He outstretched right foot. Fuck. What are the options? Walker, innit? It's going to be Walker. It's got to be, surely. Stones, possibly. Is Stones on the bench? I can't remember. Just as I wanted to see the graphic as well. Walker's warming up. Ake's limping. Staying on the pitch. He's moving all right. He's moving a bit gingerly. Throat's gone from shouting Yosko. Bertie Bassett, licorice, all sorts. That's such a good film, Mike Bassett. Who's watched the attack on Wembley on Netflix? Me talking about Brits before. Fucking yobbos, mate. Like, honestly, the attack on Wembley. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, I recommend it. I watched it the other day. It made me ashamed to be British. I'm not gonna lie. Made me ashamed. But the ending made me proud. The ending made me proud because I feel like us as Brits and football fans and hooligans, as they're known as, long ball over the top. Anthony Robinson's in here. He's going to get to the ball as well. Ruben Diaz has got some defending to do. Robinson, and it's Ake. Heads it clear. Akanji, though, is giving it away. Willian's going to win that. Bernardo Silva's got some defending to do. He slowed it down. Willian gets the ball in. Ruben Diaz with a diving header. It's coming straight back, though. Come on, City. Let's defend this. Cordova Reed. Poor touch. Goal. Kick. Oh. Guy was a bit odd, wasn't he? Prediction 3-0. Jan, good to see you as well, Jan. Hope you're good. Where's Section 20? He's always in here. He would have cleared that idiot as well. There's some guy spamming. But, yeah, City is still not home and dry yet because Fulham have got a threat down that left-hand side. Like I said, there's something I said in my preview. Their left-hand side is so much stronger. How many attacks have you seen come down the right yet? Any? None yet. Foden's down here, rolling about, holding his face. He's still got that strapping on his hands, hasn't he? We didn't deserve that goal, says Pearl. Why is that? I thought it was a great goal. I mean, you make your own luck in football with the quality that we showed, with Gvardiol in particular. He made the goal. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the pattern of play can be broken, and it's been given away by Bernardo Silva. And now they get to come down the right-hand side because it was so horribly given away. But Foden gets back with a lovely bit of defending. Teamwork at its finest there, backing up the team. Phil Foden, well played. Kovacic now has collected the ball from a loose throw-in from Fulham. Rodri slowing it down in midfield, gets it inside to Ruben Diaz, and we look to come forward. We do need a second goal, Pero Gamer. We do indeed, mate. Nathan Ake is still not right. He's moving his leg. Just get him off, mate. If he's not right, he's not right. Get him off. Just get him off. He's passed it out. It's going to be a substitution. I think he's decided himself, and it looks like Kyle Walker is coming on. So, this must mean... I don't know what this means. Yes, I do. Nothing changes. Akanji will now be still in the same position in defensive midfield, but when he's asked to defend and drop into the back four, he won't be dropping as a right back because that's where Kyle Walker will be. He'll be dropping as a centre back. No doubt. That strapping is Foden's superstition. Is that true, Pi? Is that true? Why is it around specific fingers as well? Little signpost, good to see you, mate, all the way from Thailand. What time is it there? Someone already said that, but I can't remember what time it is. Little team talk going on here. Pep. Doing all sorts, mate. doing all sorts. Yeah, Diaz has got 1-2, Clara, you're right. There's the goal again. It's a great goal. Josko Gvardiol, mate. I love those replays where it's like cinematic. There's certain cameras around the ground that are like 4K and 8K. And they have these like depth of field like angles and stuff where it like blurs the background in, like for certain replay angles. It's like really cinematic. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I do enjoy that sort of stuff. Akanji now. So what are we doing here? Because Akanji's gone left centre back. One for Foden to chase here. He's down on his own by the left side. He's got Gvardiol to pass to. He gives it him. Kovacic inside. Quick passing between Kovacic and Rodri. Gets the ball back to Ruben Diaz. Come on, City. 270 in the building with 100. Thank you so much for getting me to 105 likes. I asked for before half time. You did it well quicker than that. Thank you very much. And if you've just joined, drop a like on the stream and consider subscribing if you are new. I said in the preview as well, first goal importance. They look better now, don't they? City look better. Their body language looks better. There's more movement. There's crisper passing. More. And then I say that Kyle Walker, who wasn't on the pitch when we scored, so he's joined the pitch with 0-0 confidence. Whereas the rest of them have got 1-0 confidence, but he's come on and given the ball away immediately. Kyle Walker. It was poor as well, just aimless down the line. I don't even know who he's trying to pass to there. Foden's going to win that. No, he's not. Oh. Cheers, Jan. That's a good point, Jack. Why has John Stones not been playing this year? Hope he's not on the way out. I don't know either, mate. Long ball over the top. Ederson's come out. He's going to pick it up, though. Yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I was actually in the car just randomly driving and it popped into my head. Like, why is John Stones not playing, like, at all? And he's gone beyond that, like, injury phase where he was, like, picking up an injury, like, 2 games in, then 2 games out. He was always, like, picking up the odd little niggly injury, wasn't he? Now he's fit, raring to go, and he just does not get game time, does he? There was a spell, like, before last year where he wasn't really getting the game time either. And all the rumours and the transfer rumours were he's gone, he's finished, he's on his way out. And then next year, Pep started to play him, and then it wasn't until, like, February, I think it was even April, when we started to play. Go back and look at all the positions of Manchester City, where, like, as in the players' positions on the pitch. John Stones didn't start playing in midfield till about April. Do you know what I mean? Lovely ball, and it's Josko. He's in, but he's got to get across in now. He's tucked it back, but it's De Bruyne, edge of the area. He's going to lay it off. Oh, who was that? Bernardo Silva trying to whip one near post. Couldn't tell who it was then. But yeah, after all, and Gvardiol would have been offside. That goal wouldn't have counted had it gone in. But yeah, a lot of people think because it involves all the trophies, I understand why people think John Stones played midfield all year last year. No, he didn't at all. He didn't at all. He played in defence for the majority of the season. And Pep's little innovative tweak to try and play someone alongside Rodri, to give Rodri that freedom to express himself. Not only did it create a solid defensive backboard, a springboard to play off, it gave Rodri that license to go forward on occasions, to the point where he scored the fucking winner in the Champions League, mate. So that was a masterstroke from Pep Guardiola. Now it's Manuel Akanji who's doing it. And maybe that's just something's gone on in training. Maybe not gone on. Maybe just the levels are not being met in training. And Akanji's just kept his head down, worked hard. And Pep, obviously, I mean, he's done well as well. Akanji's, it doesn't look like he's been struggling in midfield, because Pep would have pulled him by now, wouldn't he? He would have said, right, you're off, mate. You're going to have to play someone else to get John Stones in. But Akanji's kept that position to himself. So I'm not that bothered, as long as the players that are playing well. But yeah, I thought that myself. Jan, member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate your consistent support. We can win the title on Tuesday evening when United turn up tomorrow and actually play and beat Arsenal. What a luxurious situation that would be. De Bruyne bringing it forward. And he's giving it away, looking to find Haaland. Needed to slow it down there, De Bruyne. City are looking a lot better since we've scored, though. Like I said, first goal importance. Much, much better. And Jan's gifted a membership, and it's gone to the little signpost, which is James from Thailand, who's been following this channel for a very long time. So big up to Jan for handing out the membership, and big up to James for grabbing it, mate. Glad you got it, James. Brilliant. Section 20, good to see you as well. Hope you're good. Yeah, nice one, Jan. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Kovacic. And I was literally, my lips were literally about to say, Kovacic hasn't given it away once. And he gave it away while I was thinking about Foden, edge of the area. Oh, shots. Oh, and fumbled a little bit, but he collects it. I thought that was flying in then. One of those, I got a bit excited there, a little bit overexcited because it went right down the middle. It looked like it was flying in, but when you don't see it, when the keeper just like stops it, kind of like anticlimactic. But much better from City. That first 5 minutes is forgotten about now because we looked nervous and slow. Then we scored a goal kind of out of nothing. I think that's the point Pearl was trying to make. That when you said we didn't deserve that goal, I think that was your point. Not that we don't deserve it because we just don't deserve it. We didn't deserve it because Fulham were the better team at that point. I get that. But this is the quality that's on show here. This is the players that we have that can do these things, and Josko's one of them now, isn't he? And Rodri's giving it away, though. But we do need that second. We absolutely, it's stating the obvious, but it's so true. Foden. Another bit of defensive work from Felipe. I'm surprised we're wearing, I suppose, what kit could we wear? Because this kit would clash with the black arms of Fulham. The white and maroon kit would clash with the white of Fulham. So we have to wear this. But in the sunshine, I don't know. They're not that dissimilar, are they? Looking for a long ball. Edison's ball. Shout. Got it. Lovely. Comunicado. Communication. The robot needs oil. 0 shots on target so far. Come on, Fulham. 2-2 full time. Decon. I love it when people doubt Haaland. It gets me a little bit giddy now because we're at that point now where it's like people are just not learning their lessons. And it becomes enjoyable, doesn't it? To be like, oh, you wait and see, mate. You wait and see. How many times is that guy just like shat all over his doubters? Taking a big old dump right on the doubts that are levelled at Erling Haaland. I love it. We do need to feed Haaland, Ade, you're absolutely right. They're not playing that high a line either, so it's going to be... They're not low, though, in fairness to them. You know, Fulham, they are pushing a little bit there, you know. So there could be some space in behind. And whenever a team has shown that they're not afraid and they've played with courage and attacked City, some people call it brave, some people call it stupid. There's a thin line between the two. As far as I'm concerned, being a City fan, I consider it brave and commendable. Very well done for allowing us to spank the living shit out of you. Thank you very much. But it makes for an interesting game as well, to be honest, because, I mean, Fulham, they came forward. I mean, if they'd scored in that first 5 minutes, they'd have definitely gone into a low block, which why this first goal is even more important looking at how Fulham are actually playing. Kovacic there holds the ball up really well. Paulinho trying to nick it off him. One of the best in the league at nicking it. Paulinho, look at him, he's shadowing, he's ghosting Kovacic around the pitch. Haaland lays it off nicely. It was a difficult one to lay off as well, but he gets it to Akanji. Now he legs it forward, right, looking for the heart of Fulham's defence. Gvardiol, Rodri turns, keeps the ball back to Kovacic. City are knocking it around. They've upped the tempo a little bit here. Now is slowing it down again, slowing it down. Kovacic and Rodri dictating the game here. Rodri's thought about the shot then, but gets it out to Bernardo Silva. Little twinkle toes. Bernardo Silva thinking about getting the crossing. Flicks it to Rodri. Lays it off to Kovacic. Back to Rodri. First time football from City is good and crisp. Let's keep it going. Josie. Hi, Jonny. Love your commentary. Go City 4-0. Josie from Australia. No way, Josie. What time are you... Did I pronounce your name right there, by the way? Let me know if I got that wrong. What time is it where you are? Is it 3 o'clock in the bloody morning? Haaland. Oh, I nearly broke to Bernardo Silva as well. You're up early, mate. Fair play. Fair play to anyone who's watching it from that part of the world and as early as you are. De Bruyne lays it off to Akanji. Akanji's ball was a good one. Gvardiol was caught sleeping there, but he's won a corner out of it. Castagna had to do some defending. The power of Gvardiol, but I mean, he did well to actually get into a position to shoulder charge Castagna that forces him to knock it out for a corner. But if Gvardiol was on his toes there, Akanji's ball was a good one, but Gvardiol just wasn't expecting it. So he had to get on his bike and leg it after it. But it's a corner ball. Can we make it 2? Get a goal. Big booming header here. Come on. De Bruyne, back post over everybody. And Gvardiol just nods it back in, trying to keep it alive. Nodded back away, and it's back to Gvardiol again, who lays it to Rodri. Rodri looking for a cross. Takes his time. He beats the fullback. Dinks it in. Who's underneath it? It's a Fulham player. It's Castagna. De Bruyne now. Kovacic. No, sorry, Walker. Bernardo Silva. Well, we need a second here. We need a second. If we get one, we'll dominate this game. It could be the game to get that goal difference down as well. As of right now, we are 5 goals behind Arsenal. Obviously, I say obviously, we could win 6-0, but the likeliness is pretty slim. But, you know, if we can get that down to 2 or 1, that'd be unbelievable. If we could score 3 or 4 more, that'd be amazing. Ball sprayed out, over hit though, thankfully, because Bobby Cordova-Reid, de Cordova-Reid, such a mouthful that, innit? Was free as a bird down this right-hand side. Another point I made in the preview as well was Gvardiol pushing forward is going to leave a big gaping hole in that left-back position. But good news is that Fulham prefer to attack. Haaland's done really well there. Bassi, though, showing his strength as well. But Haaland lays it off for Foden, who's got some space. Foden's driving into the penalty area. And Diop gets the final touch to clear it. But Bassi, Haaland giving it him some back, saying, I can do some defending too, mate. I'm big and strong as well, mate. Have some of that. Haaland's got it back. It's back to the halfway line with Ruben Diaz. Walker, mate. Right, Walker's concerning me. I'm not going to lie, he's concerning me. He looked a bit like, fucking hell, I've got the ball. I've got the fucking ball. It's under your feet, mate. Get it out in front of you. Lovely ball from... That's a foul, referee. And me and Kevin De Bruyne are the only ones who seem to think so, because it looked like even Foden didn't even complain. He's the one who was pulled. De Bruyne fed that ball then, unless I'm missing it, but it looked like someone pulled the shirt of Foden then. I don't know. Pauline's watching from Ireland. Top 5 Africa, let's go City from South Africa. I love the amount of people that are watching from all different corners of the world. Big up to everyone in the chat. And everyone that's watching that's not in the chat as well. But yeah, let us know where you're from. Because I find it fascinating. It's mad that City have this reach now. Because I'm used to City just like everyone in Manchester and that was it. Like we didn't have foreign fans back then. We didn't have fans from across like continents. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy. We used to go on holiday as a City fan in a City shirt and you're like, oh, hang on a minute. Fulham coming forward here. Anthony Robinson dinks it back post. Gvardiol with a bit of back post defending that's brilliant. Does enough there, but he gives it away though. Foden needed to turn his body there. Surely Foden should have seen the pass was about to come. But he was flat. He didn't have his body on the half turn, but Fulham give it away, thankfully. Suthan watching from Singapore, mate. No way. Roy's in Norway. Crazy. No way. Jeff spamming his face. Just imagine the new people who've joined the chat. If you want to have those emojis, by the way, which is multiple City players, plus Jeff, then the link is in the description to become a Typical City member. But if you were new to this chat and you're like, City signed a new player, who's that incredibly good-looking man? That's the emoji there next to that ugly guy. What's he called? Jack Grealish. Who's that incredibly good-looking man next to him? Lovely ball. Haaland's chasing it and it's overhit. Foden overhits it, but there's your space. There is an opportunity for Haaland to get some goals. Just here to wish you a happy anniversary, May the 11th, 2008, Borough 8, City 1. As much as... fuck off, Fulham are in. And it's cleared by Bernardo Silva. As much as that's a dig at us, I appreciate that, because that is funny. That was a tragic day in City's history, because De Bruyne, though, is coming forward, though. De Bruyne, it's deflected, going to be a corner. That was an awful day, that 8-1. Last day of the season. Sven-Goran Eriksson. Did Alano got the one, didn't he? If I remember rightly, it was Alano. It's like, what do you say when you've scored the one in an 8-1 loss? When you come, well done, mate. Well done for scoring. a little less embarrassing. But yeah, bloody 8-1. People do say that that was the benchmark of City. You know, like, before the money. That's what they say, isn't it? Before money, City were losing to 8-1. Apparently we did that every week. We lost 8-1. We used to win leagues before the money, mate. Corner ball to City. De Bruyne is thinking about it. Haaland's in the face of Andreas Pereira here. He's not happy at all, Haaland. And I'm not sure I like angry Haaland. I think I like chilled Haaland. Ball in. Haaland with a high boot as well there. Kovacic, though. It was a poor ball from De Bruyne. I don't know what he was expecting anyone in the box to do with that. Oliver, mate. That's one of my favourite goals ever. Alano's thunderbolt against Newcastle. That free kick. It just went right into the top corner. Shay Given was in net, wasn't he? Here's a fact for you. I might have already said it on the chat, though. Before the money, because City used to lose to 8-1. Do you know what annoys me about Spurs and randomly just bringing them up? I'm going to bring it up again another time. Haaland. Diop's dealt with it, though. Is that term Spursy. Spursy. I know what they mean, but the term typical City... Oh, no! Diaz! Completely misread that nearly, but he gets a touch on it, thankfully, because he went to the ball as this long ball was coming around him, and the bounce looked like it was about to take it all the way round him. And I think it was Iwobi or Muniz, I think, was waiting for that ball to come through. But Diaz just gets a left boot and just kicks it into the air for Edison to collect. But yeah, that term Spursy, I find it offensive, because it's like, what do you mean Spursy, mate? You've always been, you're a Premier League established outfit. City, that term typical City, that's a real, like, you know, a laughing stock. We were a joke. Manchester City are the only side in English football, and this was in 1937, right? 1937, the only side in the history of English football to win the league and then the next season get relegated. That, you don't talk to me about Spursy. That's as laughing stock as you get. That's typical City. And not only did we get relegated, we got relegated and we scored 100 goals. And we still got relegated the next year. 100 goals and we get... If you don't believe me, it sounds like he's talking shit. No, go and Google it. Go and Google it. It's unbelievable. That is typical City. You know, the new typical City is winning trophies. But back in the day, mate, you know, before probably any of us, were born, Gvardiol loves his right foot at the minute, doesn't he? Keeps tucking inside. Rodri, De Bruyne's touch, but it's ricocheted, and he still couldn't make anything. I feel like I'm getting negative on De Bruyne here, but it was a great assist. Gvardiol trying to find a ball, like, a nice idea that, to try and find Haaland, but De Bruyne's touch, mate, it's just been a bit of a letdown at the minute. Apart from that one vital touch, which got the assist. But am I going crazy here? Could De Bruyne be playing better? Richard Dunn's granddad wasn't playing for City in the 1930s. Yeah. Unbelievable, though, that fact, isn't it? Champions and then relegated. Because now it's like, champions again, champions again, champions again, ole, ole. And it's like champions and relegated again, relegated again. That's what it would be. That was what it was back in the day, wasn't it? Relegated again? Oh, yeah, it's what we do. It's what we do. It's mad how far we've come. Big up Sheikh Mansour. Oh, Kovacic. Akanji. Half time nearly. Upon us. Lovely ball, that. What a ball. And touch was great from Kyle Walker as well. Ball in. So, yeah, it was not a bad cross, but there was no one in there. He had to get it perfect. And it went over the head of Erling Haaland, and Foden was kind of hoping there. But De Bruyne wins that ball there. Come on, City. Come on, City. I thought there was a little opportunity there to play that to De Bruyne quicker. Here he is, KDB. Bernardo Silva. It's Foden in the penalty area. He lays it off. Bernardo Silva's shot's deflected, and it's going out for a corner, is it? No, he's going to keep it alive. No, it's a corner ball. Come on, City. We should really have getting more shots on goal here, because we're getting into positions that are dangerous. Areas of the pitch. The final third build-up isn't bad at all. We're just that little crisp, that final pass needs to be better. A better cross, a better final touch, a layoff, decision making could all be better. And if it was, we'd be getting more shots. De Bruyne, lovely ball in. Akanji's missed an absolute sitter. I think he was offside though. He's missed an absolute sitter. Uwe Rosler's granddad bombed Old Trafford. Akanji there though at the back post with the side foot. That was an appalling effort from Manuel Akanji, and that is why he's a defender / midfielder. But yeah, I think he was offside. Was it given offside? I can't tell because he's put it down like it was a goal kick. Because if that was onside, then we could regret that. We've had some stinking misses this year, haven't we? Haaland's had a few. Oh, Iwobi carrying that ball like I said he would, and he's got that ball in. Back post. Great defending from Ruben Diaz. Needed that. That was vital. Positional awareness was brilliant. Man on Rodri. Lovely. Lays it off for Kyle Walker and got some running to do now, Kyle, mate. Lovely. Haaland holds the ball up brilliantly. Lays it off for Bernardo Silva. Foden. Bernardo Silva pointed to where he wanted Foden to pass it, and he obliges, gets the ball out to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's left foot cross is a poor one. You could see what he was trying, but it was a poor one. It was cleared. Kovacic. Bernardo Silva. Ball in, and it's cleared by Diop. Another corner, is it? Is it? No, throw in. Simo says, if we play like this against Spurs, we could be in trouble. Possibly, mate. The argument behind that, from a countering point of view, would be, will Spurs be playing as they always do against Manchester City, or will they be playing how they've been playing lately? Because as of late, Spurs have been a joke. A joke, mate. Like, I'm quite happy to play that Spurs side, but you just know it won't be. You know they'll rock up and play the performance of their lives. You know, I hope their fans don't allow it. Do you know what I mean? I kind of hope their fans start booing them. Gets a bit much, that, innit? They're not real fans if you start booing your own team, even if you want the opposition to win the league. But still, you kind of hope they don't create an atmosphere that's hard to play in. Akanji lays it out to Foden. Lovely turn by Kovacic. Haaland's in. Oh, and the ball was a bit slow, but it's Haaland. Turns and he slips at the vital moment. Gvardiolo's picked it up. Turns. It's loose, this ball. It's ricocheting everywhere. Fulham are sprinting out, closing down like madmen here. But Kovacic's ball, it was fantastic midfield play. But again, that final pass was just slow. Haaland had to slow it down. Good idea, that, from Kevin De Bruyne. The ball wasn't that bad, actually, if Haaland was a little bit more alert to that. But the ball from Kovacic, then, if he fed that into Haaland's path, but Haaland had to wait for it. You know, and then it gave the opportunity for Bassi to get across and stop Haaland, force Haaland to turn. When he does the Cruyff turn, he slips. And it's just all comes from just not the right tempo, not the right power on the pass from Kovacic. Isa says, this is looking good. First 15 minutes were a bit shaky, but we've done the last-ditch defending perfectly, and there's another goal on the horizon. Second gear might be all we need. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're absolutely right. Cheers for tuning in. Ball down the line to Bernardo Silva with a lovely ball into Kevin De Bruyne, who slows it down. Why don't you take that in your stride, mate? Am I being... I feel like we could see better from Kevin De Bruyne here. He's very calm. I appreciate the calmness. Rodri's giving it away now. We're not at our best. We're not at our best, but we're 1-0 up. That's all that matters. 3 minutes of injury time, with 1.5 of those already gone. 2.5, sorry, have gone. 30 seconds remain, or there or thereabouts. I hope you're right, section, because I think we need to play better in the second half. I think we need to play better to make sure this 3 points is gathered. But there is still plenty of positivities coming out of this game in this first half. There's some real quality been shown. Gvardiol's been brilliant. I know he scored, but his overall play has just been brilliant. Foden's been a bright spark. There goes the half-time whistle. Lots to think about there for Pepperino. Sort the clock out. Yeah, but it's 1-0 Manchester City. And since we scored, I feel like we've controlled the game really well. Done all right. Done okay. Little final third moments is just the issue for me, and I feel like Kevin De Bruyne is the heart of that. The delivery into that box sometimes has been a bit wayward. A few of his corners have just been a bit, not in dangerous areas. Very easy to deal with from a Fulham perspective. And a couple of decisions. Kovacic has contributed really well in midfield, except that one moment there where he could have laid into the path of Erling Haaland. And that probably would have been 2-0 because Haaland's on a streak right now where I'd put him in front of goal and back him every day of the week at the minute. But we're winning. We're winning. So, can't get too critical. Can't get too critical. But anyway, let's get the 3 points on the board. And that's all that really matters. Anyway, what do people think about the... Because I never commented on it after a while. I thought I'm just going to leave it now because it's getting too far-fetched for me. But the Goldbridge cease and desist, because I made a video about it, one of the main videos on YouTube about it, with the numbers that it got. I know for a fact that Mark Goldbridge saw it and watched it, which was never the intention. It was more to talk about Manchester City, because what he's talking about has an impact on Manchester City's legal situation. And my concern is always Manchester City, not Mark Goldbridge. But when he speaks about Manchester City and suggests that they've sent him legal action, my ears prick up. I suddenly go, why? Why have they sent him legal action? What is the thinking behind it? Now, he's more recently denied that that's the case, but I don't know what to believe. Some people are now taking, oh, that's it. He said he's not received legal action. There is, if you watch the clip again of Mark Goldbridge saying that he's received legal action. Now, I'm putting my Man City hat on here and looking at it from the perspective of what does this mean for Manchester City, not getting into the sad, petty social media wars that I've seen take place in the past. But for me, the real truth was the first thing he said, because that was not like on purpose. And I mean, if the guy, I don't know who the guy's name is, the guy who he sat across the table from, if he's acting, give that man an Oscar. Give that man, he might be an actor, he's got the mullet for it, isn't he? I mean, David Hasselhoff, it could be David Hasselhoff in disguise. But even he's a shit actor. So, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way he was acting, and he squirmed, mate. He squirmed. Simo Sups, appreciate the support, becoming a typical City member, mate. Really appreciate that, mate. Top man. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, I'm not convinced that this is the truth. I feel like he's been told now to say you didn't receive it, because that's the whole purpose of the cease and desist, is to stop talking about it. Just shut up. The truth will be found when he now goes off and speaks about the 115 charges. Because we've heard it for a year. Have we not? Have we not heard for a year Mark Goldbridge say that we are cheats? Manchester City are cheats. If they get away with it, they will have paid off somebody. We all know that phrase. We all know. Everyone knows. His definition of everyone needs work. It needs some work. Because everyone does not know. Because I certainly do not know. But the point I'm trying to make is how aggressive he's been to suddenly, what, you think he's, what, taking the moral high road? Mark Goldbridge is suddenly getting off his high horse and being more down to earth and being respectful of Manchester City. You know, is that really, when 115 charges is, and saying that in your title is like a guaranteed way of getting clicks, getting views and getting money as a result of that. That is a guarantee. All of a sudden he's like, no, I'm above that now. I don't. When have you ever known Mark Goldbridge to take the high road? Do you know what I mean? That's never the case. Never the case. And now it will be interesting to see if he speaks about the 115 charges. Because I haven't heard a fucking word. Just saying the word 115 is one thing. But what he's been doing for a year is calling us cheats. Saying it like it's a fact. You know? That's what he's been doing. Now, all of a sudden, he's not doing that. But he says he's not received anything from Manchester City. It may not have been a cease and desist. It may have just been a polite letter, a little reminder, the warning before the warning, because the cease and desist is a warning, effectively, until it becomes an injunction, and then it becomes a court order, but it'll have been sent by the Manchester City lawyers. It won't have been sent by a court. It won't be a court order, so he doesn't have to do it. It's just a warning. That's what it'll be. But for me, and I didn't want to make a video on it because I don't really want to go into the detail of it too much because we don't know the detail and now it's all conjecture. We're all making it up and speculating what's gone on, what's not gone on. But as someone who I consider myself to be a reasonable judge of character, and I feel like I can spot bullshit here and there, and I feel like he's just he's covering his tracks a little bit. He's sweeping up behind him after saying that he received legal action. I don't know. What does everyone think? Random Art Stuff's just joined the Typical City members team as well. Thank you very much, Random Art. Really appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate that. Even if City are found guilty, it won't make United any better. That's very true. Which is it's a coping mechanism, isn't it? The 115 charges for a lot of people. It is just copium. That's what it is. It's to deflect from their own football club's inefficiencies. You know, they don't want to look in the mirror because they don't like what's looking back at them. That's a lot of what these charges are all about, and it's the medicine that helps them sleep at night. You know, and when that medicine gets taken away, there is a healthy dose of realism, and that they're going to have to swallow. You know, and they're going to have to come to terms with the fact that, hang on a minute, if City didn't cheat, then they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. We know even if we did cheat by the financial terms, these 11 football players are 11 football players. They are not accountants. You know, what they did off the pitch is one thing, but what we're doing on the pitch here is just an achievement to be, whether we're cheating or not, in my opinion, it's just like, wow. You know, the football that we're playing, because there's no accountant that's going to walk on the pitch in his suit and bang one in the top corner like Erling Haaland can, you know? But Erling Haaland, how much did he cost? What, 50 odd million? You know, and people talk about the wages. Some people say he's on 600 grand a week, which is absolute bollocks. Try halving it, mate. Try halving that. But still, high wages at Manchester City, and those numbers now. It was never cheating years ago, was it? You know, these rules didn't exist when United were dominating. So, yeah, we're going down the same old track. It's a broken record now as far as I'm concerned, saying the same old shit over and over. But, no, my point is that I've gone quiet on the subject. I didn't want to make a video about it, but I don't believe that it's as simple as Mark Goldbridge just said something. And that phrase has been said around the whole 115 charges. There's no smoke without fire. Sorry, fire without smoke. The other way around. And that could be Akanji was onside. Akanji was onside, and that miss is an absolute killer. He was onside. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I've just seen, because they never showed the angle where he was onside or not until now. He was onside. Oh, please don't make us regret that. Please. Because that's got to be 2-0 there. If they get 115, what matters is 4. I know what you're saying, Daniel, but let's get it straight. Because no one will respect... And I don't really want everyone's respect. I just don't want to have to consistently defend my club. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to have to defend us. You know, I don't want praise. I'm not like... Because who's going to praise us? And rival fans are not... You know, you get the odd one that might be like, yeah, you deserved it, well played. And I feel like I'd be reasonably amicable. If Arsenal went and won the league, I would have to say they deserve it. Because they would deserve it if they went and won the league. But when it comes to City winning trophies, it's not just a case of, like, this is a City fan just looking for respect or looking for praise. No, I'm not looking for praise at all. I'm just a bit bored of having to defend the club from cheat accusations and things like that. And it's not like it doesn't bother me that much because I'm quite confident about the outcome. The longer it goes on, the bigger the backlash. The elastic band effect, mate. The more you pull that elastic band, the bigger the snap. Do you know what I mean? And that elastic band is fucking massive. It's been going on for a year, mate. So can you imagine the snap when that comes back and Manchester City are found innocent? Because when that happens, mate, I'm going to come down like a ton of bricks on some people. On some people are going to get it, mate. They are going to get it big time. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh, come on. But anyway, I'm going to have to go to the toilet because I don't want to be needing it in the second half. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Actually, I need to put my... Hang on. Old Trafford is falling down. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Hot in here. Jesus Christ, it's absolutely sweltering in here. I've got a bit of back sweat going on. Bit of info you all needed there. Chair? K-line. People buzz off this chair, don't they? Nothing fair about financial fair play. You're absolutely right, Pi. It's a buzzword, mate. It's just a buzzword. That's all it is. 276 watching. Thank you very much, everybody who's tuned in with 204 likes. That's amazing. Really pleased. Thank you very much. If you could pop a like on the stream if you haven't, that would be even better. Thank you. Yeah, this second half is monumental for the Premier League. Huge. Huge. Got to score a second, haven't we? Got to score. It's reasonably comfortable, Clara. Reasonably. A little bit noisy, but fucking expensive, by the way. I wouldn't recommend spending the required money to buy one of these. I wouldn't. But it is pretty comfy, I must admit. Not worth the money, though. Oh, no way. Great Wakering a 1-0 down to Romford. Oh, that's the clash of the Titans if I've ever seen one. Do you know what? You shouldn't knock football at that level. You shouldn't really. We do get a bit snobby, don't we, in the Premier League? But we used to be down, not that low. Do you know what I mean? But we were down there, you know, in the depths of the English pyramid back in the day. There is a small, very small, self-loathing part of me that misses those days. Do you know what I mean? Just misses the buzz of going to a game. Kearney's coming on for Fulham. But misses the buzz of going to a game not knowing if you're going to win. Oh no, Adama Traore is coming on as well. Shit, don't like these substitutions. They're very, very positive from Fulham. Jack loves non-league football. It's better. Do you know what? There is the lack of quality actually makes for entertainment, doesn't it? Sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like this football, I see why. I don't agree that Manchester City are boring. I think that's a complete over-exaggeration. I find it fascinating to watch the way City play. But old school football is not fascinating because it's not like it's a little bit archaic. We've seen it before. But it doesn't really get old, does it? It doesn't really get old, that old Sam Allardyce Route 1 football. I quite like that as well. I like all types of football, but yeah, game's about to get back underway. Kevin De Bruyne is standing above the ball as a plastic carrier bag floats across the pitch. Get that off. Fucking hooligan. And we're off. And we're not. We're not. They've done it to me again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Every time they do this to me. Right, now we're off. Right. Fucking referees, man. Long ball over Rodri. Back to Akanji. Any changes from City's setup? Not really. Wouldn't expect to see any, really, because I don't think there's anything glaringly wrong with the way we played in the first half. Just a little bit of polish on that final ball into the box is all that's really needed. No, see you in a bit. See you in a bit, mate. Thank you very much. I didn't see, oh, you were up in the chat earlier. There you are. Every team at their best is accused of cheating. You're absolutely right. Sorry if I've missed you, mate, in the chat. But yeah, see you in a bit, mate. Gvardiol trying to find De Bruyne. Ball out here now to Walker. What's everyone's predictions for the Arsenal game? I still feel like Arsenal will do the business, probably regardless of the result. But I feel the game will be tight if we win. And I feel like if we drop points here, Arsenal will smash United. I feel like they'll batter them. But if we win, I still feel like they'll do the job just. Kovacic getting caught on the ball there. Rodri's trying to help him out. The ball's on the floor. That's a handball. It's something, referee. Blow your whistle, mate. You can't just sit on the ball. Obstruction, handball, foul. Take your pick, mate. He's blown his whistle. 10-0 to United, Adam Lee. 3-1 Arsenal, Cynthia's gone for. 2-2, Shantani. That'd be unbelievable. Luis Boamorte is the Fulham assistant. He was a good player. They've had some good players over the years, haven't they, Fulham? Reasonable. Steed Malbronk. Dempsey. And Americans in the chat will know that name. He was a good player. Scored good goals as well. Good goal scorer. Bobby Zamora. He was good. Foden's been found by Gvardiol, but was he offside? Playing on though. Slowing it down though. Kanji. Clint Dempsey, that was it. I forgot his first name. I nearly said Chris Dempsey. I knew it began with C, but yeah, Dempsey was a good player. Haaland now. Kovacic. How many times have I said his name? Kovacic, mate. He's just doing it. He's just the heartbeat of this side at the minute. You know, and Rodri's not being overshadowed by any stretch of the imagination, but they're complementing each other, and it's good. Foden give the ball away. Bernardo Silva nearly gets a toe on it, but Walker's going to step in here. Is he? On Bassi. Little apology there from Foden to Bernardo Silva. Good to see. Honesty, and Walker just threw the ball randomly at Leno. Like, I don't know what he was doing there. I think he was looking for a quick throw-in, but you too, mate. Foden wasn't even looking at you. He gets the opportunity to take it again, though, because there was a second ball on the pitch. Rodri. Back to Diaz. Come on, City. Walker. Back to Diaz again. Ederson now. People are claiming that Pep Guardiola tried his mind games. It was nonsense to me. I think people are putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5 here. But they said, because Pep said, Kevin De Bruyne, mate, with a ball that's just shit. Let's get it straight. That was shit. Come on, Kevin. Just a little ball out for am I? Frustrating. But anyway, Pep made comments before this game saying, oh, it's been tough training this week because we've been training on dry pitches. And then people said that, like, Pep is like playing 4D chess with his mind games to trick Fulham into watering the pitch. To say, like, oh, you've been used to dry pitches. Well, let's water the pitch then. And Pep's like, that's secretly what I want. It's like a double bluff. Like, I don't think so. I think Pep was just saying that it was a dry pitch and Fulham wanted the pitch watering. If anything, Fulham have come out and they've tried to knock it about. So they were only watering the pitch for their own game. You know, if that helps City, it helps City. But they're trying to pass it around. They're doing it right now. They're passing the ball around. They're not a lump it sort of team. They're a good team, Fulham. Kovacic has won the ball back. Well, it's Rodri, actually, but Kovacic has got it. Lays it off to De Bruyne. Fast football. It's got ricocheting about, but back to Foden now. Kovacic. My seconds are well off compared to yours, so I'm going to sync up my seconds, because of that little fuck-up at the start of the second half. I'm going to sort this clock out on... make it 56. When it's exactly 56, so you can sync up with me much easier. There we go. No, what am I talking about? 51, not 56. What an idiot. Right, 51. And let's go 15 seconds. And there we go. Right, now we're in sync. Apologies. But Fulham coming down the right-hand side with Adama Traore. Akanji's got to get across. Cross comes over and it's just looped over. Looks like it's a goal kick. And that's Adama Traore there. Jeremy Doku, mate, if you're watching, this is the prime example of a player that needs to work on their end product. You know, you've got fantastic speed, dribbling abilities, unbelievable. But when you cross the ball like that, mate, you're never going to make it to the big leagues. You're never going to make it in the big time. You know, you're at Manchester City, though, Doku. So I feel like there's more potential for him to grow. But Adama Traore has gone from Wolves. Remember, he was on loan at Barcelona, mate. So there's a player there. Barcelona don't pick up anybody. Do you know what I mean? Their standards aren't quite as high as they used to be, but still, you know, you're making it in a Barcelona side, you're a fucking decent player. But he never made it there either. And it's just a case of working on your end product, you know, and this fantastic dribbling ability that Jeremy Doku's got. Have a look at Adama Traore's career. It's all very much what could have been. Do you know what I mean? De Bruyne's won the ball back. Haaland's sprinting at the Fulham defence, lays it off to De Bruyne, out to Bernardo Silva. Right foot, Bernardo's going for the near post and Leno saves it. Corner ball to City, real opportunity there. We absolutely do. Random. We really need a second goal. I feel like we will concede one eventually. I said that in my preview as well, mate. I feel like Fulham, they have had the odd, not really, half chance, really. Not even half chances. They've had opportunities for chances. But City have their own right now. Corner ball. De Bruyne, hand in the air. Let's get a good one into the box, Kevin. It isn't all right. Oh, it's a shit one. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. You know, I feel like if I speak, we need to see better, Kevin. We need to see more from Kevin De Bruyne. So far in this half, he's passed it out, a simple ball down the left-hand side to send Gvardiol on his way. He's got 50 yards of grass to pass into and he just boots it out for a throw-in. And it wasn't even close to getting near it. Gvardiol just realised, I'm not getting that. Stopped about 20 yards ahead. And then that corner, he's just whipped it, gone out for a goal kick, and it's landed on the roof of the net. And he played like this against Wolves. He came off. De Bruyne came off, don't forget that. Kevin De Bruyne, that's an elbow in Akanji's face there from Muniz. That's a fucking red. How's that? He meant that. Are they even looking at it? Akanji in the back of Muniz holding him there. Just a little ball gone up and he's just swung at him. And it's a free kick to Fulham. What the fuck? This is Anthony Taylor's finest work. That's straight through to Edison. Doku is not ready. Maybe next season. I think there's a player in there. There's something about Doku that's got that little... He's got more about him for me than Adama Traore. I believe Doku will be a worldie of a player, but it's up to him. Gvardiol giving it away now. City are looking nervous. It's 1-0 and we're giving it away. Multiple times Adama Traore coming down. Akanji trying to win it back. Gets a toe in. Vital. Linesman's right there. He sees it. Akanji's like, where? Movement! Movement, Blues. Standing there watching Akanji like, what are you doing, mate? Move for him. Make a move. Make a run. Issa Diop has brought down Haaland there. Foden's going bananas, just like I was a minute ago there. Akanji was like, got the ball, won the ball off of Adama Traore, gets down the left wing, gets his head up, and looks at all the City players looking at him like, oh, do you want me to move? Yeah, I fucking do. Make a run. Akanji's like that. Just like, make a run for me. It's a lot of like passive football, this. It's like, take control. Grab the game. Someone, all of you, grab the game by the scruff of the neck and make something happen. It's a hot day. I mean, I don't want to give too many excuses, but some of them, they look like they're struggling. But like, was it Daniel earlier on said we've had a week's rest? We look like we've had about 20 minutes rest, mate. They're not running at all. There you go. That's a good ball, is it? De Bruyne. The run was all right. At least he made an effort, but it's coming right back. Fulham have got the ball now. And Adama Traore's in. He's in. Down the right wing. Ball in. Deflected. Edison gets on it. I thought there was going to be a coming together between Walker and Edison, but the panic was not there, thankfully. That was a real opportunity for Fulham. It's been coming. This is happening. You play as sloppy as this, you gift opportunities to the opposition. And I tell you what, the defenders can hang their heads quite high in this game so far because they've all done very well, in my opinion. Walker's been a bit shaky, but he's been, oh, Edison, mate. He gets it into Foden. That wasn't meant for him, but it got all the way through to Foden. Down the line for Gvardiol. Inside to Foden. Come on, Phil. Into De Bruyne. De Bruyne's thinking about the shot. Oh, he's nearly bent it into that bottom corner. he shaped his body like he was going to whip it in that top right-hand corner, but he pulls it into that bottom left instead. But Leno, it was too far out for Leno to be tricked by it, to be honest, because he had time to adjust his feet, Leno, get out a big right hand and save it. But it was going in. It was going in. Yeah, I want to see. Here we go, short corner. De Bruyne passes to Kovacic. Bernardo Silva now. He dinks it back post, and it's easy to defend because there was no angle on the cross there. When the short corner comes out to De Bruyne, gets it to Kovacic, who gets it to Bernardo Silva, who's central to the goal, trying to dink one back post. When you're facing the goalkeeper, you need to be crossing from angles, mate. It's very favourable. Rodri's going bananas at Josko Gvardiol. He's there looking for a pass and he's just like pointing. It's a bit disjointed so far, but Bernardo Silva's won the ball here. Dangerous position. He's tucked inside. It's a great tackle, but it's going to land to Phil Foden. He's made it 2. Yes. Yes. That's the one. That's the one. Come on, City. A bit fortunate, but you take it. We're 2-0 up. We're 2-0 up. Yes! Hey, it was Bernardo Silva. It was a poor ball from... Well, it wasn't poor because it eventually got through to Bernardo Silva, but it teased Anthony Robinson on this left wing, who commits, goes for it, tries to intercept. Bernardo Silva spins him. Turns, drives to that heart of Fulham's defence, cuts inside. It's a big booming tackle from Paulinho, and that tackle was really unlucky. The way it lands to Phil Foden, who first time, right foot, sweeps it into that bottom left-hand corner that Kevin De Bruyne was aiming for a couple of minutes ago. And it's 2-0, Manchester City get in the back of the net. Haaland was smiling before the ball had even went in the net. There's a little camera angle there on the ground as the ball's on its way in. And... Haaland, like, the ball hadn't even got in the 6-yard box yet, and Haaland was just like smiling at the ball, knowing full well that's going in the bottom corner. Beautiful, beautiful. That is massive. That is massive. Come on, City. Sorry, I can't celebrate as much. You heard my voice go. As soon as I shout, gone. It's just, it cracks. It's crazy what's going round. I know I've nearly made it through the stream. Well, I didn't. An hour in, and I've not mentioned my cough, which is pretty good going for me. To be honest, I'm quite pleased, but I'm going to mention it now because I'm sick of it, and it's just not going away. There was an announcement yesterday in the media that whooping cough. I always thought it was whooping because it's got a silent W at the front. It's spelt WHOOP. I always thought it was whooping, but apparently it's whooping cough, and this is tragic as well. 5 babies have died, man, from whooping cough in the last few months. So there's some mad shit going round that's linked to COVID and the vaccinations and things like that, and it's just sad. Obviously, I'm a grown adult, so my body can deal with it, but my lad's had it as well. He's had it, and he's still coughing. Foden into De Bruyne. Gvardiol, mate! Oh, he's found Haaland instead, and Haaland's absolutely spooned it, mate. He's spooned it. Oh, that's a stinker. That's a stinker from Erling Haaland. A real stinker. That's a bad miss. I'm thinking 3-0. I'm thinking 3-0, and he's not even close, mate. He's just... There's the ball sat up. No, he's got no excuse. The pitch looked perfect. There was no bobble. He's just got underneath it and just sent it up into the heavens. Oh, no. D, typical City legend for 4 months, D. Appreciate that. Big up to D. Thank you very much, mate. If Phil Foden doesn't get player of the season, I riot. I'll be with you, mate. I'll be there with you, mate. Send us an email for the... no, I'll get in trouble here. Inciting a riot live on YouTube. It's Mark Goldbridge. That's his standards, isn't it? Rowan, appreciate becoming a typical City legend as well. Top people in the chat. You're really showing your support today. That's 4 today. Buzzing. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really kind. Can City keep a clean sheet? Akanji knocks it over to Gvardiol. ball in. Oh, sorry guys. It's always this stage of the game when it goes. I was going to do a match reaction and everything. I just won't be able to do it. It's crazy. But what was I going to say? Can't remember what I was going to say here. The Haaland miss. De Bruyne gets the ball, and I'm thinking Gvardiol, but he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. They were looking at a penalty for Fulham there, potentially. But Gvardiol was in acres of space, but he went for the really difficult ball to Haaland, and it came off. It was perfect from De Bruyne, and Haaland took it into his stride. And it wasn't that difficult a ball, but the more spacious ball was for Gvardiol, but Haaland's miss was a bad one. It was a bad one. Pretty sure I just saw Pep Guardiola go, puta. What? Can't remember what that means. Does it mean fuck? Is that what puta means? But yeah, I'm pretty sure lip read Pep Guardiola then is he just goes, ah, puta, as Haaland misses. So Pep wasn't happy with it either. I drunkenly put 50 quid on 3-1 City last night and I've only just woke up. Slept too long. Fair play, D. Could be 3-1 this. Still, including stoppage time, there's at least half an hour to go, I'd say. See, Fulham have got to come out now, haven't they? They've got to show some attacking threat now, which City know all too well that that's going to happen. So sit back, soak up 5-10 minutes of pressure like this. Diaz back to Edison, cool as you like, nice and calm. Fulham out of their shape. There's going to be gaps. There's going to be space. Make it happen, Blues. Make this 4-peat a reality. Fucking come on. We're doing this year. We're doing it. Do you think this will be our second biggest achievement if we win 4 Premier League titles in a row? Obviously the treble. Oh, fucking hell, Edison, mate. Calm as you like, but gets the ball into Rodri. Akanji out to De Bruyne, who's chilling left back. Gvardiol's further up the field than De Bruyne. It's all going on today. Foden driving forward. Lovely from Phil. Brilliant. Gets the whole team up the pitch with that. Great stuff from Phil. Bernardo Silva slows the game down, really. Could have killed them. There was a bit of space, and Fulham was struggling to get back, but they're back now. Gvardiol with loads of space again. Yeah, would that be our second biggest achievement? 4 in a row? Because I heard someone ask the question. It got shot down immediately. I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard the question asked, is it a bigger achievement to win the treble or to win 4 in a row? Now, I think the obvious answer is a treble, because it's just ridiculous winning a treble. But their argument was De Bruyne's got caught on the ball. Paulini just takes him off him. He just pushes him over like a... And Haaland does the same, but that's a foul, apparently. Nonsense. But the argument for the 4P is the fact that it's never, ever, ever been done. It will be the first of its kind. No English side has ever done... has ever done that. So I can see why that people would want to introduce that argument, but you can't compete with a treble because it's just sheer perfection over the course of a whole season and multiple competitions. It's just sensational. You know, it's... When's the next time? We saw United, 1999. How long has it taken for another treble to be done in this country? It could take even longer now, with the quality being so close to one another from top to bottom in that Premier League. D, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. Best City channel on YouTube, criminally underrated. City 4-peat this year, it's in the bag. Cheers, D. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much for the kind words. You're a top man. And the super chat, mate. That's very generous. Thank you very much, mate. Top bloke. I hope you're not too hungover. This is the perfect remedy for a hangover, though. Manchester City victorious. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jay. Both are brilliant achievements, whatever anyone says. 100%. And in different ways, really, aren't they? Because the 4P also shows a consistency of domination over a period of time. Kevin De Bruyne coming forward. He's got Rodri as an option, but De Bruyne is thinking about the shot. And Paulinho, Haaland with the shot instead, and it's blocked by Kevin De Bruyne, who's on the floor. And it was a bit unlucky there that the shot was blocked, because it was Kevin De Bruyne who was brought down by Paulinho. I think it was Paulinho in the box, but I think it was a good tackle in the end. De Bruyne just failing to make a decision there. He's indecisive in what to do. He had Rodri on his left, Haaland on his right, and he hadn't made a decision. And it's a great bit of defending. I think Paulinho gets a toe on it, and that is what he's all about for me. I love that from Paulinho. And that's 2 out of 2 now. Kevin De Bruyne versus Paulinho. Paulinho comes out on top. Come on, Kevin, mate. There's signs that there's space now for De Bruyne to utilise, but again, you can't be wasting the space. Get lucky there, Walker, because Anthony Robinson slips, and Walker collects that ball nicely. And then here comes City. Bassi now, showing his strength against Erling Haaland. Haaland will be so hungry now for a goal, considering that miss. He could have scored then, because when De Bruyne tries that 1-2, not 1-2, sorry, but tries to lay off to Haaland and he's brought down, the ball just rolls towards Haaland, who tries to shoot first time, but De Bruyne is on the floor in the way, and it's blocked by De Bruyne, whose body is just like in the way. So you can tell Haaland wants a goal. When does he not want a goal? I feel like Haaland's got an eye for an assist as well on the quiet, because he actually has quite a high number of assists, which is a pretty underrated side of his game. One of my favourites was the goal against United at Old Trafford last season. Was it the last season? Was it this season? It was this season, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this season, earlier on in the season, when he lays off for Phil Foden. He's in on goal and he's going to shoot, but he just passes it to Phil Foden, which was the correct thing to do, because Foden was a guaranteed goal. Guaranteed. In FIFA terms, it's a sweaty goal, but it's professional football. You play that ball, you pass that to Phil Foden in that situation. Arguably, some people would have thought Haaland's the greedy goal scorer that he is, would have probably gone for a shot there, but no, he played it to Phil Foden, and then he went and did that, didn't he, and said, go and celebrate in front of the City fans. And that was a real moment of, like, he's in it for the team. He's in it for the team. De Bruyne sent down the line, byline, back post. Oh, it's ricocheting about, and Haaland, for once, doesn't go to the back post. I'm not sure he would have got there anyway, but City are looking for a third, and that would kill this game. Finish. Finito. End of discussion if City get a third. But as of right now, this game is not over. 1 goal from Fulham at any point, it's squeaky bum time. Well, it's not squeaky, it's sweaty bum time, because I'm boiling, and your farts do not squeak when you got sweaty arse cheeks. So, ball in! Gvardiol! Is he onside? He's acting like he's absolutely chilled, mate, and he explodes into celebration, and Manchester City have made it 3-0. As long as he's onside, this game is done and dusted, and Josko Gvardiol is popping up at the exact right time when we need him to in this season. This man is turned into a goal-scoring machine. Josko Gvardiol, mate. Have some of that. What a signing he's proving to be at the end of this season. Loving everything I'm seeing here. Now the question is he onside? De Bruyne's short corner to Foden, gets it out to Bernardo. He's miles onside. He's miles onside. And it's 3-0. Question marks over Akanji, though. Let me rewind that. Let's have a look, because Akanji goes for that ball. Right, hang on a minute. Akanji's offside. Akanji's offside. But he goes for it, Akanji. He goes for it, right? This is going to be a real debate, this one. Because Akanji goes for that ball. He's offside for me. That's going to get ruled out. I think that should be ruled out. The great goal is so gutted for City if this gets ruled out. What is Walker doing there? Carrying Bernardo Silva like a backpack. Right, Akanji doesn't touch it, so he's not offside by that. But he goes for the ball. That's affecting Bernd Leno's. I'm not trying to get the goal ruled out, but for me, that should get ruled out. We know we were on the wrong end of it at Old Trafford against United for the Rashford goal. No, the Bruno Fernandes goal. It gets known as the Rashford goal, but it was actually Bruno Fernandes who scored. Akanji goes for that ball, and that's interfering with play because that affects the goalkeeper. As we as City fans know all too well, that any sort of attempt to go for the ball, Akanji's onside. Oh, hang on a minute, Akanji's onside. There's a player down here that's played him onside. Can't believe it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he's playing it onside anyway. Fucking onside. Akanji was onside. I can't believe it. There was a player down here thinking it was Anthony Robinson who's played him onside. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Buzzing, mate. Buzzing. 3-0. Doku's coming on. The Poznan's been busted out. Oh, over to you, Arsenal. Because we are top the league. So we are top the league. Come on, City. Josko Gvardiol double. What's he scored now? Is that Real Madrid away? Scored a blinding goal there, didn't he? Is he scored like 5 in 4 games or something? Is it 3 goal difference left? That's right. Adam, you're 100% right. I can't believe Akanji was onside there. I was all focused on the players in the box, but there was a player down here in the shadow of this stadium, of this stands like roof. It's like I couldn't see there was a player down here. And it was only like this as well, by the way. It was very tight still, but in the box, Akanji was well ahead of everyone in the box, which would have made him offside. But that little sneaky player, whoever it is, playing Manuel Akanji onside. Love it, mate. Love it. Best left back in the league. Do you think he's going to play left back going forward? I mean, what's wrong with the way we're playing? I'm not sure we need to play left back. Because at the minute he's really like a marauding left-sided centre back. Because we play 3 at the back normally, don't we? Doku's coming on. Doku. And it's Kevin De Bruyne coming off. No surprises there. Correct decision from Pep, in my opinion. So that's 2 games now. Kevin De Bruyne has been pulled off. Probably because the game's already been won, in fairness to De Bruyne. But he's not, for me, not been his greatest week, Kevin De Bruyne. But who knows what we could see against Spurs. And then on the penultimate game of the season, West Ham. Imagine if United win. Imagine if United win. Oh. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. 360 watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate it. Drop a like on the stream if you've just joined and consider subscribing. Buzzing, mate. 3-0. Ho-ho! We can knock it about now. Doku's got some defending to do, and he does it well. Even better, wins the ball back, and here comes City. Looking for a 4th. Doku down that left-hand side. Not really sprinting. Looking to probably explode into action in a minute. It's Doku, and it's come off him. It's going to be a goal kick. A little bit unlucky there, really, but... No worries, Gary. United winning and giving us the league would be hilarious. It would be. It would be. That's the league done then, isn't it? If they win, if Arsenal drop points, we can win the league against Spurs. Is that right? If United win? Because I never factored that in. That's a little United catching strays like they always do on this channel. I didn't fathom. There was no scenario in my brain where United win. Now I'm thinking about it. If they did, could that literally win us the league? I don't think it could. No, we would still need to get a point, wouldn't we? We could then draw. All we'd need to do is... No, we'd need to... No, it wouldn't win us the league. If United win and we beat Spurs, we win, definitely. But if you... That's definitely the case. But if United beat Arsenal, they stay 2 points behind us, but have played a game more, and therefore we could draw both games and win the league. We would need 2 more points to win the league. So 1 more win, effectively. But yeah, Arsenal are going to win. Arsenal are going to win. I feel like they will do the job against United. But as much as Arsenal are clinging on much better than they did last year, fair play to Arsenal for making more of a title race than last year, where they just this stage last season it was done, wasn't it? We were thinking about the Champions League and the FA Cup at this point. It was like 4 games to go, nearly, wasn't it? I think when we won the league, they lost Friday night, didn't they, against Nottingham Forest last year? I feel like even though Arsenal have done better this year, they're not doing what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? In a title race, putting the last 6 games, City have scored 4 or more goals in 5 of them. In a title race, it's just about winning. That's all that matters. But this side is smashing teams. We're smashing everybody, knocking them out of the park. We're 3-0 up. Do you know what I mean? With plenty of time to go, this could become 4 or 5 if we play our cards right. That's the difference. Is like we've not only recognised the danger of Arsenal just from a point perspective. We've recognised, goal difference, yeah, shit. Better sort that out. And we're doing it right now. To the point where we've shrunk that 10. It was 11 goals at one point. It was about 2 games ago. They were 11 goals behind. All of a sudden, what are we now behind? 2? Or is it 3? 3. Unbelievable. Oh, Jokey Girl's got it. Big up to Jokey Girl. And big up to Jeff for gifting a membership, mate. Top man, Jeff. You're an absolute legend, Jeff. W's in the chat for the big man, Jeff. And Jokey Girl has... actually, I'm starting to think Jeff's got a secret agenda to gifting out memberships. I just think Jeff wants to see more of his own face being put in the chat with emojis. And the more people that are members, the more people have access to all these emojis. As much as you are supporting the channel as well, which is very much appreciated. But I think Jeff's got a secret agenda there. I'm joking, mate. Big up to Jeff for sorting out the chat with another gifted membership. Top man. And what's the stats like as well? I'm curious. I haven't really seen them been put on the screen, or if they have. Here come Fulham, though. Adama Traore down the left side. Kyle Walker's gone with the runner, which is Anthony Robinson, but Traore's come in and it's been taken off him with pretty simple football from City, to be honest. That was poor from Adama Traore. Here comes Doku. Show him how it's done, Jeremy. It's Doku. Doku. Oh, and it's saved. Doku looking to fire one into that bottom corner, and Bird Leno gets some fingertips to it. Let's have a look at the stats, actually, because something I wanted to highlight was the fact that City have been conceding an average of 10.1 shots on their goal away from home. We've been conceding an average of 10.1 shots. That's quite a high number, which shows the expansive football that we play is open. It lets the opposition get chances. But I'm curious to know how many we've let Fulham have today, because I don't feel like they've had many. City are about to make a barrage of substitutions here as well. It looked like Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis and Alvarez were all coming on. I'm pretty sure I saw Kovacic coming off the pitch as well. So he's going to be coming off. 1 shot. So I was right in my feelings of how this game's gone. Fulham have had 1 shot and it was on target as well. City have had 13, 7 on target. We've had 67% possession. And yeah, pretty dominant from City. So I missed the substitutions, but I know Rico's on. So Foden is off. So I just missed the substitutions. Now let me rewind it so I don't miss too much. Haaland off. Foden off. Kovacic off. Corner ball to City. Doku. Bernardo Silva dinks it back post and Leno collects it. No one there, mate. Khalid, appreciate the super chat as always, mate. You're a legend, Khaled. Absolute legend, mate, with another very generous super chat. Good game with a pep emoji. You're getting into the swing of it now, Khaled, aren't you? Get involved in the chat, mate. You don't have to send a super chat to be heard, but get involved in the chat, mate. And I really appreciate your support as always, mate. You're an absolute legend. Big up to Khaled. But yeah, City dominating, really. We've made light work of scenarios that for everyone else should be. For us as fans, we know, we feel it. We felt like you saw me at the beginning of this game. The nerves are there. We feel the nerves as fans because we don't have a say. We can't control what happens on this pitch. But you expect the players to also feel like that. But the way we're sweeping sides away in this stage of the season, at this stage of the season, you would expect City to be a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit cautious. You know, take it easy. Let's knock it about. Nothing overly zealous. Don't try and win balls you're not going to win. Don't overly commit. Play it simple. But the bravery that these players are showing, you know, in attacking, that the way that they're attacking, and the solidity in defence as well. The fact that we keep, by the looks of it, we're keeping a clean sheet. But I know D has got 50 quid on 3-1, so he's probably like, come on, fucking Fulham, get one in. And what are you winning, mate? What's the odds for 3-1? And Doku, touch was poor, but he keeps it in just. Sweeping sides aside, that's exactly right, Section. I think that's what I was trying to say, but didn't say it quite as well as you just said. I just said sweep away, didn't I? Something like that. But you're absolutely right, Section. Suthan, you're spot on as well. Arsenal must be feeling it now. This was the weekend. The weekend where City stamp their authority on this title race. I think it's more impressive the fact that we beat Wolves. You know, having watched Arsenal win and the Brighton game as well, that was so impressive to know that Arsenal have done their job. Now we have to do ours. We have to do ours. There is no getting away from that fact. But it's not just doing the job, it's doing it with style and finesse. You know, just brilliant, brilliant. And now, roles reversed, we play first. Arsenal, can you go to Old Trafford and handle the pressure that City have proven that we can handle? Now they go to United and win. Back to the pressure, the turntables, the pendulum swings back, the pressure pendulum towards Manchester City, and we've got to go to Spurs and win. And that would be grim, not going to lie. So as much as this is worth celebrating, we're all going to be quietly supporting Manchester United. Not quietly, I'm very openly going to be supporting Manchester United tomorrow, which is something I 5 years ago I never thought I'd ever say. But what a world we live in. Come on, United. Fucking hell. Words that I don't think would ever be uttered in my life. But fucking come on, United, you fuckers. Come on. Lionel Gvardiol. Absolutely, mate. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant. It's not just the goals either. Doku's injured. Looks like an impact injury. But yeah, the goals from Gvardiol are two wonderful cherries on the cake. And what goals they were, by the way. I've not really spoke, because I got so focused on the Akanji offside. I've not really spoke about how good that finish was from Gvardiol. To get a touch on it, to get it on target. I haven't seen it back enough because I was so focused on the offside and whether Akanji was on or off. I don't know whether Bird Leno should have done any better with it because he looked like he was beaten at the near post, but I don't think he was expecting a shot to come in. Kind of reminds me of a goal that we scored at Old Trafford. Bernardo Silva at the back post about 3 or 4 years ago, where nobody knew it had gone in. You could hear the whole ground, like the City away fans. Yeah, Bernd Leno should have probably done a bit better with it there, really. Looking at that. But, yeah, like a similar goal that Bernardo Silva scored at Old Trafford, where it was a cross comes in and he gets a touch. David De Gea at the near post hits him and goes in, but it was going in anyway, so it goes down as a Silva goal. but very similar to that, just outstretched, preventing it going out for a goal kick, and gets it on target, and you just never know. That's why it's always so important to get it on target, because you just never know. Do you think next season is going to be easier than this season? And if so, do you think we can potentially get a 5, Pete? My personal and honest opinion is no. I don't think it will be. I think if we win it this year, I feel like Arsenal will win it next year. And if we get 5, mate, that's just ridiculous. We can. There's no denying it, and I'm not trying to be negative and thinking about next season. I just feel like lovely Alvarez. I just feel like Arsenal next year will have the bit between their teeth. And how do you motivate the guys that have won a treble and then a 4-peat? We've not done it yet, mind you, but how do you motivate them? How do you get them pumped? Lovely. It's Oscar Bob. Back to Rico Lewis, and it nearly trickles its way through to Rico Lewis. The two substitutes combining there with Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis, and you're thinking it's about to be 4. As Rico Lewis takes a swing at fresh air, but that ball was about to be played in front of him, but Paulinho gets back again with a vital bit of defending. Would you take Paulinho at City? Because I would. I would take him in a heartbeat, mate. I think there's more wiser players that City could go for, like João Neves, who's much younger, probably more versatile than Paulinho as well, because I feel like Paulinho is very defensive, but I love that about him. I love how good he is at just protecting his defence. I mean, they've conceded 3 today, so he's not done a great job today, but none of the Fulham players have, in truth, in the back line. But I do really rate Paulinho. But that João Neves at Benfica, for me, he looks like the real deal. He looks like Rodri 2.0, the Rodri that's just younger. He tucks his shirt in, mate. That's Rodri. Ball in from Adama Traore. It's going to go over for everybody, and there's the end product that I'm talking about. He's crossed the ball all the way to Doku, who's gone down expecting a free kick and doesn't get it. Fulham looking to respond here. There's no way they're getting anything out of this game other than a consolation goal, but they might get it. Crosses all the way through to Oscar Bob, and lovely laid off from Rico Lewis, and he stayed down here. And Anthony Taylor does the right thing in giving the free kick. He thought about playing the advantage there because Oscar Bob was away, but because Rico Lewis was fouled, Oscar Bob had no one to pass to, and he had about 80 yards of grass and about 8 Fulham players to beat, so there was no advantage, and he does the right thing there, Anthony Taylor. Brings the game back, foul, and a yellow card for Anthony Robinson. Gordon's Gecko says, I can't see United helping us, even if it means losing to Arsenal, and the way they are playing, we won't be able to tell. D is hoping he gets a consolation section as well. Get your priorities sorted, D. United, I've heard they're going for Neves as well, but I mean, if you're João Neves, where are you going, mate? Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, or Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United? Where do you want to play your football, mate? Josko Gvardiol with a poor touch. Get him off. He's shit. Get him off. Woeful. I'm not even going to... Yeah, just leave that. Just leave it. People need to learn. I do too much of explaining my jokes. I'm terrible for it. I'll try and do a silly joke, and then I'll explain it, which makes the joke not funny. You ruin a funny joke, you. Oscar Bob with the silky touch then brings it down. Rico Lewis offering a run, but Oscar Bob doesn't need him. Lays it off to Alvarez. City looking for a 4th. Gvardiol looking for a fucking hat-trick, but he gives it to Doku. Doku back to Gvardiol. Have a shot, mate. Get your hat-trick. Oh, he does the right thing, to be fair, and lays it to Doku. Doku to the byline. Ball in. And it was a good ball, to be honest. It was through a little channel of space. If someone had held their run and stayed on the penalty spot, they were getting a shot away, but no one was there. This game's died from a Fulham perspective. Rodri thinking about the shot, and it's trickled. Bit of a daisy cut of that. P-roller out for a goal kick. Jokey girl would take Modric. Well, I'd take Modric 5 years ago, definitely. But, yeah, the Croatian trio would be nice to see, but I'm not going to lie, Modric wouldn't get in this side. He'd probably get 5 minutes at the end of games. Do you know what I mean? Here and there. Come and control the game a bit. What a player he was, though, Modric. Bollocks, referee. Hits Rico Lewis in the chest. Kearney goes handball and he gives it. Bit of generosity there from Anthony Taylor. Isa loves my joke explanations. They're terrible, aren't they? Gvardiol inside to Alvarez. Right, leaves it for Rico. Rico coming forward. It's gone really slow. 7 minutes of injury time, by the way. So let's get a fourth, lads. What is Rodri doing there? Touch. It's just gone so casual, this game, for the last 5 minutes. Fulham have down tools. City have recognised that. And they're passing it about, conserving energy, if anything. Just taking it easy. Which I understand. I would just like to see us go and get a fourth. And really turn the screw on that goal difference. What I want to see tomorrow at Old Trafford is the biggest, dirtiest low block you can imagine from United. And they just hit Arsenal on the counter-attack all game and get a goal or two from the most disgraceful low block you'll ever see. Come on, you rags. Do the business. Alvarez fouls somebody. I can't remember tell who it is. He's currently being mounted by Bernardo Silva at the minute, like a piggyback ride. City tearing Cockneys apart again. Gary, 100% clean sheet. That would be a buzz, mate. Absolute buzzing for a clean sheet. And looks like we're going to get one because Fulham are not really offering anything. Here they are, though, coming forward. Anthony Robinson, Rico Lewis. Sorry, Oscar Bob. Got confused with the Afros. Oh, James, very specific. I do like a specific prediction. Jeff's the king of them round here, but you're not far short, mate. Arsenal will get a red card tomorrow and unravel. How good would it be for a Declan Rice red card? Suspended for the rest of the season. Oh, we're fantasising about very unrealistic things here. Let's get it straight. I'm pretty sure Arsenal are going to win tomorrow, but you never know. You never know. This game was going to hurt them. Arsenal will be watching this. They won't be watching it. I'm telling you right now, they'll have all turned off. They will have turned... Oh, Alvarez! Oh, nearly found through there. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty! Penalty! 4-0. Come on, let's get the fourth. And he's going to get a red card. Talking about red cards. Issa Diop. Second yellow card. Away he goes. Alvarez actually got his shot away. But he's brought down. It was Rico Lewis to the byline. Cuts it back slowly, but Alvarez is there waiting for it. And let's have another look at this. And he gets his shot away, but Issa Diop's stretched sliding tackle. Yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I don't think the rule is clear enough on the shot, though, because I'm not a fan of penalties that are given when the attacker gets his shot away. It's like you had your chance, you got the shot away, so what comes after it wouldn't have affected the shot in any way because you got your shot away. You got that shot on goal. Kind of similar to how Gvardiol got the shot against Wolves last week for the penalty. But who gives a shit? It's a penalty to City, and Alvarez is standing above it. Can Alvarez come on and get another goal as a substitute appearance? This time from the penalty spot. City to make it 4. Alvarez, 4-0. Manchester City go top of the league. Top of the league we go. Over to you, Arsenal. Let's see what you've got, because Manchester City have just smashed that goal difference to bits. And we're clawing at you. We're coming for you. We're already ahead of you. Let's get it straight. City are looking at a 4-peat. Square in the face, and Arsenal... Over to you, my friends. Let's see what you can do at the swamp. Come on. You pond dwellers. Those swampy rags. Do the business for us. And we are looking at a 4th Premier League title in a row. Buzzing. Sorry, D. D's. Rip bet. Happy with the win nonetheless. D's absolutely fuming. You didn't say. You probably did say it, but I might have missed it. What were the odds for 3-1? 50 quid did you put down as well? There goes the full-time whistle. Buzzing. That's a one-word way of describing how I'm feeling. Buzzing. A buzzang. Absolutely. 550 quid. Oh, mate, that's a stinger. That is a bit of a stinger, must admit. Fucking City, eh? Better, though. I prefer... I mean, considering I didn't put 50 quid on it, I'm not the one who put my hand in his pocket and spent 50 quid. I'm quite pleased that City won, to be honest. But from your perspective, yeah, a 3-1 would have been nice. But 4-0 is better from a non-betting perspective because Manchester City have clawed back that goal difference. We have. We've absolutely done the business here today. And I mean, look at that league table. I'm looking at it right now. 58 goal difference to Arsenal's 62 behind. And we're 2 points ahead. Same games played. 2 games to go. That's all that's required. City, 2 more wins. And this Premier League's ours. Forget United. Forget Arsenal. Forget, well, not Spurs, but they're up next. They're up next. That's what we need to assume. Arsenal are winning. Go to Spurs, do the business. And we could be doing it. We could be having another one of those seasons where Arsenal will look at the league table and go, how did we not win the league? Manchester City is how. That's how. Josko Gvardiol, who's on the screen with his marvellously groomed beard and 2 goals to boot. Love him. I'm absolutely loving him. He's very much made him a statement in the last few weeks, hasn't he? He's a superstar in the making, and I feel there's a lot more to come from Josko Gvardiol. I don't feel like he's finished. I feel like there's more growth there. Negative in the game, if you want to get picky, something was quite critical of De Bruyne throughout this game. I'd like to see him step his game up against Spurs. We need him to play better, especially away at Spurs. West Ham, forget it though, because we've done the job. The team has played really well. And 4-0 in a title race like this is absolutely sensational. I'm just looking at it and just absorbing this City team here, just all stood in front of the away end, just applauding the City fans that have made the long trip down to London to watch them. Big up to the City fans that are in the ground there, enjoying it. But everyone in the chat, everyone watching on TV, wherever you are in the world, and you're a Manchester City fan, I no doubt believe that you must be absolutely buzzing right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm absolutely stunned that we've won 4-0. I really thought it was going to be closer than that. You know, I thought I was confident because of the Wolves game and the Brighton game, the goals that we've been scoring lately. But to do it now, again, we're getting so close. It's just like, wow. How do they do it? How do they do this? How do they believe so much? It's Pep. It's Pep. You know, you can put this same group of players with a different manager. It'll be a very different outcome. A very different outcome. It's just the standards this man sets every day in training. The belief, the attitudes are just 10 out of 10, mate. You know, the quality of the football isn't always 10 out of 10 because it very rarely is. But the attitudes are so good and unrivaled in this league. And people can call the cheats and charges and all that and level it, but the 115 charges have no bearing on what happens on the grass, on the pitch. Nothing. It's what helps everyone else sleep at night. But the facts are that these players who have nothing to do with the 115 charges are showing they are elite level mentality that has not been matched yet in this Premier League. Only Liverpool in that second season when they nearly won it and then went and won it in the COVID season, they're the only side to have done it against this Manchester City side. And fair play to Liverpool. And they showed, he called it in themselves, Klopp, mentality monsters. For that season, he was right. The other seasons, wrong. Wrong. We're the mentality monsters in this league. The standards that this club sets, the players, just the overall just consistency is just something to behold. And I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe we keep doing this. It's not done though. It is not done. It's not done at all. But yeah, my voice, as you can tell, it's been croaking and cracking all the way through this final 20 minutes of the game. I made the thumbnail more or less without the score bit. I made the overlay. I always prepare for a match reaction, but my throat is on fire and it's just so shit. I guarantee, by the way, next year this will have sorted itself out. The watch-longs will be well better. I'll be able to express myself way more because every time a goal goes in, I go, and I go, Dad, just collapse. But next year I'm going to go mental. I thought about getting a standing desk or something just weird. What a weird way to end the stream this is. I'm thinking about getting a standing desk and then being able to like really move about and be like quite, and get a mic that's mic'd here rather than one that's in front of me, and get really like a football fan in the ground sort of feel. I was thinking about being a bit more wild rather than being sat. But then the chair goes. And this guy seems more popular than me. So sick of this fucking chair. I'm going to bin it because I'm getting upstaged by my own chair. Like, can't believe it. Anyway, buzzing. 4-0, 3 points, top of the league. Does it get better? Not on a Saturday afternoon, it doesn't. It does not get better on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully Sunday evening will be even better. Even better. Blues and non-blues, thank you so much for joining me in the chat. If you can drop a like on your way out, it does wonders for the algorithm and all that stuff. But really appreciate it. Really enjoyed speaking to the chat. Thank you all just with your kind words at the end there. Really, really appreciate that. Take care, Blues. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And come on, you rags. Come on, you rags. Fucking come on. Have 'em.